Hi, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Monday, May 18th, 2026 Board of Education meeting to order at 7:10 PM. Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Tatiana, will you please read our mission statement?
Yes. The Orange Elementary School District recognizes that the education of each child is the shared responsibility of every member of our community. Our goal is to inspire and empower each student to achieve academic excellence, embrace social and individual responsibility, and lead with integrity. We believe all individuals should be valued and treated with respect. Together, we will make a difference.
Thank you for that. We'll move over into our board introductions. Let's start with Lauren.
Good evening and welcome, everybody. I'm Lauren Gray.
Hi, everybody. Anthony Scarinzi.
Erin Wilson, welcome.
Hi, Susan Riccio.
Good evening, Betty Hadlock.
Jeff Kapp.
Good evening, everyone. Tatiana Messina-Mullen.
Good evening, Ken Ziman.
Hi, everyone. Ronette James.
Amanda Zapatka.
Okay, thank you for that. Tonight, we'd like to begin by honoring the students for receiving the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendent Certificate of Excellence. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Scarpetti to come to the podium.
I'm going to sit here if that's okay, Mr. Cap, for the
okay.
second. So again, welcome everyone. Nothing against my board members, but this is my favorite board meeting compared to all the other board meetings. And why is because we honor our students. When I met with your children, it was an interesting piece. So typically what I do, I try to scare them a little bit of saying, calling them down to the office, playing a little game with them, try to be straight-faced and say, why are you here? What happened? You know, try to set them up a little bit. Some laughed, you know, some were like, oh my gosh, what did I do? But the principals come to their aid real quick and saying, no, it's all good stuff, and this is excellent stuff. And with that being said, it was very, very difficult for your teachers to choose one student from their class because many of them meet this expectation. And just to let the parents know, this is based on community service to others, academic prowess, but it's about their own ability, which I think is important. It's not about getting the best that the highest in the class. It's to your ability that you're meeting your needs and you're creating rigor within yourself and pushing yourself to your own limits. And the last is leadership service to the school community. So again, parents and grandparents, I welcome you on this special occasion, and I'm going to ask Mrs. Lasso to begin.
Good evening. It's so great to see so many of you here, students and families, to support your students. It's hard to believe they're in sixth grade already for me, and I'm sure for you as well. I echo Dr. Scarpetti's remarks that this is one of the best nights. Anytime we can honor publicly our students, it's just a great evening or a great day when we get to do that. So I'm going to start. I was debating if I wanted to have them come and stand up here next to me. So maybe I'll give you the option. I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable. If you would like to come and stand up next to me, you may while I read about you and brag about you. Or you could wait to the end and then come on up and I will give you your certificate. I'm going to let you choose. Okay? We are going to start with George Jasser. All right, George. Okay. George Jasser is a well-rounded and compassionate young man who consistently stands out as both a strong student and an active member of our school community. His creativity, leadership, and willingness to help others make him a valued member of the Peck Place school community. Throughout his time at Peck, George has embraced numerous leadership opportunities. He has served on the student council, volunteered as an art helper, participated in the LEAP program, and many more. He has also been a dedicated member of the Peck Place Band for several years. How many years, George? 2 years. Outside the classroom, George has remained highly involved in extracurricular activities, and this goes to the community service that Dr. Scarpetti spoke of. For the past 5 years, he has participated in Orange Youth Basketball League. He has also played with the Amity Flag football team. George additionally took part in the school production of Nemo, where he earned a speaking role, and he enjoys participating in various clubs that allowed him to explore his interests and talents. Service to the community is important to George. Through his church, he volunteers both as an altar server and at fundraising events throughout the year. He also volunteers with the Dragon Boat Regatta team. In his spare time, and we can believe all of this could be said for all of our students, they have spare time. It's hard to imagine that. In his spare time, George enjoys free drawing and working with 3D printing. Looking ahead, he hopes to join the AMSO Robotics Club and eventually pursue a career in engineering. Congratulations, George. Oh, George, we're going to take a picture. Next up, Anthony Lombardi. Ready? Anthony, a sixth grader at the Peck Place School in Orange, is known for his strong work ethic, respectful attitude, and enthusiasm for both school and community activities. At Peck Place, Anthony has taken on several leadership roles, including serving as a student council representative, working as a bus monitor, and helping with the planning and opening of the school store, a new initiative this year. Over the years, he has earned multiple awards recognizing both his academic achievement and the positive character that he consistently demonstrates. He is also a dedicated participant in the LEAP program. Beyond school, Anthony gives back to the community through volunteer work with the Orange Country Fair, food service, the Teamsters Local 443 Toy Drive, and the Amity High School soccer program, where he serves as a ball boy. Athletics are another important part of Anthony's life. He currently participates on the Amity soccer team, the Orangemen basketball team, and the Pop Warner football team. In his free time, he enjoys watching and playing sports, I sense a theme here, as well as spending time playing video games. Anthony has set ambitious goals for his future. He hopes to become captain of the high school varsity soccer team, to continue achieving honor roll and scholar athlete status, and one day work as an ESPN analyst, while hopefully earning enough to retire young. Congratulations, Anthony.
Congrats, Sam.
Tanvi Muvala. Tanvi, another sixth grader at the Peck Place School, is a highly motivated student whose dedication to excellence is evident in everything she does, both inside and outside the classroom. As an active member of our student council, Tanvi demonstrated strong leadership among her peers. She has helped organize fundraising efforts supporting veterans with disabilities and has assisted with planning the Peck Place School Senior Prom for the past 2 years. In her role as bus monitor, she also serves as a positive role model for younger students, helping kindergartners on bus 77 feel safe and welcomed each day. Tanvi's commitment to service extends into the larger community as well. Through her local temple, she has helped create and distribute blankets for the homeless. She has also participated in food, toy, and pet supply drives through the student council initiatives. Academically, Tanvi has consistently been recognized for both achievement and character. Her accomplishments include earning Paws Awards, excelling in spelling bees, and competing on the Battle of the Books teams. Music is another important part of Tanvi's life. She has played flute in the Peck Place Elementary School Band for the past 3 years and has studied piano privately for 4 years, performing in multiple recitals and competitions. Outside of school, Tanvi enjoys sports, reading, baking, drawing, and listening to music. She plans to continue working hard academically as she pursues her dream of becoming an attorney with the long-term goal of attending Yale University. Whether she is leading a project or helping young students, Tanvi consistently reflects the dedication, leadership, and compassion celebrated by this award. Congratulations, Tanvi. And lastly, only because her name starts with a Q, Lacey Quinn. Hardworking, thoughtful, and always willing to lend a hand, Lacey Quinn has made a lasting impact on the Peck Place community. Her dedication and positive attitude have earned her numerous Panther Press awards throughout her years at school. Lacey contributes in many ways each day. She serves as both a bus monitor and a first-grade reading tutor, demonstrating patience and kindness toward our younger students. She is also involved in the drama club and often assists with the audio-visual club supporting school assemblies. In addition, she volunteers as both a gym helper and a bus helper. Do you attend class? Academically, Lacey excels as a top student in her class and is an active participant in the LEAP program. Outside of school, Lacey is deeply involved in athletics, playing both softball and basketball. In 2025, she was recognized as the MVP of her softball team. She also dedicates time to community service through the Scouts, participating in military supporting cookie sales and annual food drives. When she is not busy with school or sports, Lacey enjoys art, baking, biking, hiking, and swimming. As she looks toward the future, she hopes to attend college and explore careers in either veterinary studies, interior design, or hairdressing. Traveling the world is another dream she hopes to pursue someday. Congratulations, Lacey. And next up, Mrs. McNeil from Racebrook School.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. And it is my great pleasure to tell you a little bit about 4 amazing Racebrook School students tonight. I will begin with Sienna Fusarelli. It is my great pleasure to recognize Sienna Fusarelli, a student who truly represents the values of Racebrook School. Sienna consistently demonstrates dedication in her academics, always striving to do her personal best with determination. She is an active member of student council, band, and serves as a bus monitor, while also participating in the school play this year. Sienna volunteers her time during and after school to help the community through school drives, the Veterans Day Assembly, Communications Club, and morning announcements, and newspaper club. Her warm smile, kindness, and willingness to help others make her a role model who beautifully represents our big 3: responsibility, kindness, and safety. Sienna is a wonderful student who has made an impact on our school community through her years here at Racebrook School. Congratulations, Sienna.
You got it from there? You want to come up closer?
Michael Raccio. Michael is a kind student who puts in the extra effort in all that he does. Even though he would say that his favorite subject is art, he works hard in all subject areas. Michael comes to school each day with a positive attitude and a kind smile. His bubbly personality resonates with his classmates as well as his teachers. He is always willing to lend a hand, whether it is his many voluntary jobs around the school to cleaning up around the classroom. Michael is a renowned cleaner in our building. He loves to clean, and we love him for it. Michael is a bus monitor, a flag bearer, and a 3-year member of the Student Council. He has also been working at the school store for 3.5 years and is in the Communications Club where he delivers the morning announcements. Michael is not only busy volunteering at school. This is his 7th year being a Boy Scout, and he volunteers annually for the fire department's haunted house. On top of all his school and community service, Michael is very active in theater and dance and has performed in many productions at Center Stage and the after-school program of Seussical. As you can see, Michael Raccio is a perfect candidate for this award.
Congrats.
Matilda Roberts. Matilda Roberts is an outstanding example of what the CAPS Award represents: service, leadership, and academic commitment. Beyond Matilda's strong academic effort that reflects both her ability and her genuine desire to learn, Matilda is deeply involved in the life of Racebrook Elementary School. Matilda is a highly active member of our Student Council, where she contributes to decisions and initiatives that support our school family, such as the Veterans Day Committee, our annual food drive, our Holiday Bear Project, and Appreciation Day. She also serves on the newspaper and communications clubs, helping to inform students and staff about monthly events and important happenings around the school. Her willingness to take on responsibility extends even further. Matilda participated in our after-school production of Seussical, where she took on the role of Mrs. Mayor and contributed to the success of the performance through her commitment and presence. What makes Matilda especially deserving of the CAPS Award is that her involvement is not driven by recognition, but by sincere desire to contribute and make a positive difference in her school and community. Congratulations, Matilda. And last but not least, Ariana Jeep. Ariana is a very determined individual who strives to better herself and those around her. Her positive outlook and involvement, both inside and outside of school, have instilled the very qualities and values that are embraced at Racebrook School. Ariana has been a dedicated member of Student Council at RBS for the last 3 years, a member of orchestra and choir for 2 years, participated in organizing Spirit Week for the past 2 years, a trusted volunteer for running the RBS school store since 3rd grade, a responsible 6th grade bus monitor, and a participant in this year's Seussical production. Ariana's expectations for herself, her eagerness, and her persistence to be involved have instilled the very civic characteristics that are necessary to being a true leader and helped to make her a sympathetic and an empathetic citizen in school and in community. Congratulations, Ariana. Thank you.
So I know this is about the students, but I do want to take one moment, if I may. We have a teacher here who's here to support students. It's Mrs. Ginsburg. And I would feel neglectful of honoring her just for a quick moment. I know it's your day, kids, you deserve it, but I usually do this in the June meeting. Mrs. Ginsburg is one of the teachers who's retiring after 29 years. So I'd like to applaud her. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your consistency with the students. Her whole 29 years has been here in Orange. That talks about her commitment to the district and to all of your children. So thank you for being here. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to invite up Angelina Chui. Angelina is a hardworking, dedicated, and well-rounded sixth grade student in Mr. Smolensky's class. At Turkey Hill, Angelina has demonstrated outstanding leadership through her involvement in both student council and student bands during her sixth grade year. In these roles, she consistently shows responsibility, teamwork, and a strong commitment to making a positive impact within Turkey Hill. Outside of school, Angelina participates in a variety of extracurricular activities, including fencing and Girl Scouts. She's also deeply involved in the arts and has shared her talents in many ways throughout the school year. This past fall, Angelina performed in the Drama Club's production of Annie. She also plays the piano, performs as a clarinet player in our school band, sings in chorus, and this year serves as a lead singer in one of Turkey Hill's sixth grade student bands. Angelina's accomplishments reflect both her determination and strong work ethic. She is a school spelling bee winner, earned a bronze award in fencing, and is also a member of our Talented and Gifted program. In addition to her many achievements, Angelina gives back to the community by participating in environmental cleanup efforts and demonstrating her care and concern for others and the world around her. Looking toward the future, Angelina hopes to attend college and pursue a career in either as a lawyer or a pilot, or both, who knows. She shared that one of the accomplishments she is most proud of is always trying her best, a quality that truly defines the character that she shows as a student and a leader. Congratulations, Angelina.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite up Adia Gangwani. Adia is a quietly confident, intelligent, and dedicated student in Mrs. Ginsburg's class. At Turkey Hill School, Adia serves as the Secretary of Student Council and is also a valued member of our AV Club All-Star team, where she has taken on important roles as the teleprompter and the special segment creator for our daily morning broadcast. Through these leadership opportunities, Adia consistently demonstrates responsibility, poise, and teamwork. Outside of school, Adia is actively involved in both athletics and the arts. She practices Taekwondo and tennis and has shown tremendous perseverance and discipline by earning both her first and second degree black belt in Taekwondo. Adia is also a talented musician and performer. She is a member of the school orchestra where she plays the violin, sings in chorus, and performs in the Drama Club's fall production of Annie. Academically, Adia excels. Her favorite subject is math, and she's also a member of the Talented and Gifted program. Her accomplishments include receiving the Student of the Month Award, winning the school spelling bee, and representing Turkey Hill at the district spelling bee competition. Adia is equally committed to giving back to her community. She volunteers at her Hindu temple, where she helps organize cultural events, and she also mentors younger Taekwondo students by assisting those at lower belt levels. While Adia is still exploring the career path she may want to pursue in the future, she knows that will include attending college and studying in a science-related field. Congratulations, Adia. And rounding out our evening tonight, I'd like to invite up Daniel Ziering. Daniel is a focused, motivated, and accomplished student in Mr. Fortin's class. Daniel consistently demonstrates leadership, determination, and school pride both inside and outside of the classroom. At Turkey Hill, Daniel serves as a flag bearer and also as a member of the AV Club All-Star team, where he has taken on important roles as a sports broadcaster, producer, and back-end Vimeo production for our daily broadcast. Outside of school, Daniel is involved in a wide variety of extracurricular activities, including football, swimming, and jiu-jitsu. He is also deeply involved in the arts. Daniel is a talented musician who plays the clarinet in our school band, sings in chorus, and performed in the Drama Club's fall production of Annie. Daniel's accomplishments reflect both his academic excellence and strong work ethic. He has earned Student of the Month, won the school spelling bee, received Swimmer of the Month honors, was recognized with a Spanish Achievement Award. In addition, Daniel won the mile run at last year's Orange Olympics with an impressive time of 6 minutes and 15 seconds. I could not do that. Daniel continuously seeks academic challenges and opportunities for growth. He is a member of the Talented and Gifted program at Turkey Hill and is currently taking 7th grade math while still in his 6th grade year. Daniel also gives back to the school community by helping younger students strengthen their math skills. Next year, he will attend Hopkins School, and he hopes to eventually continue his education, either Yale or Harvard, not sure yet. Looking ahead, Daniel dreams of becoming a football journalist or a sports announcer while also traveling the world. Congratulations, Daniel.
So again, one last round of applause for all our students. Congratulations. So proud of each and every one of you. And Mr. Cap, with your permission, I would ask the board for a short recess so we can continue the celebration and maybe take some more pictures if. Can we get a group shot of all? Yeah, let me just, thank you. And so, if you wouldn't mind, if we could have a short recess and as
Yep.
someone's got it, we could take some more pictures
All right,
and
so-
go from there.
All right, so
All right?
congratulations to all the students. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, but when your parents were up there taking photos or sitting there, you should have seen the smiles on their faces. It was amazing. So good work again. We will go ahead, take a short recess at 7:37. So congratulations again, guys. Okay, we're going to reconvene here at 7:52 PM. We're going to move into our third item, which is public participation. Do we have anyone from the public that will participate this evening? If so, you're going to step to the podium and state your name and address, if we have anyone that would like to speak. Go ahead.
Speakers may offer objective comments to the board concerning school operations and programs. Comments will be limited to 2 minutes per speaker. The board encourages speakers not to express personal complaints or defamatory comments about the Board of Education personnel or any person associated with the Orange Public School System. Comments about security issues, matters related to due process, negotiations, or grievances will not be permitted. Consistent with the principles of the Federal Education Right to Privacy Act, known as FERPA, discussions about students are prohibited absent a written parent waiver. Public participation does not allow for a two-way conversation between the board and the participants. We thank you for expressing your thoughts and opinions, and all comments will be taken into consideration.
All yours.
Hello, my name is Jarrett Frazier. I doubt many of you know me, but I do live in this town. I'm a father of 3 amazing children, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to raise our kids here. I don't usually make statements or come to events like this, but I do try to teach my children right from wrong, and I can't sit by idly anymore. I don't feel that the actions of this board have been just or right. They've taken personal matters and twisted them to shame and public humiliate my wife, Lauren Gray, and she has not had any performance issues with this board. I am proudly supporting her and her actions. She's usually my voice, and I stand proudly behind her. This was a personal matter. It's now dismissed. Our family's moving forward. I really wish that this board would move forward. because this town needs education for our children, and that should be the sole focus of this board, not personal, private matters. I do have 3 questions. Was this about children's safety? No, it was not. Was this political for bringing it onto the board? I'm curious. What role are we setting for our children here? That's really what I'm curious about, because they're watching. They see what we do, and I want my kids to know right from wrong. There's a difference between public and private. That should be respected. As we tell our kids, be better. I know my wife isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us are. But we have to learn from our actions, improve, and be better. I could not be more proud of my wife for showing up, for standing up for her actions, right or wrong, and being there. I wish no one else would have to go through that type of public shame or humiliation. But as we tell our kids, be better, and I ask this board to be better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Anyone else like to speak for public participation?
Thank you. Lauren Gray, 205 Wilson Road. That was a really great ceremony earlier, so thank you for that. And I just wanted to say really quick, and start by just talking about my service to this community. Like my husband said, thank you for your words. I didn't know what he was going to say. But I'm here because I have a continued commitment to the students, families, and staff we represent and that we live with in this community. Serving as a member of the Board of Education has always been about what's best for our schools, and carrying out the responsibilities that we are voted in to do so. And I will continue to keep a recent personal family matter private, and I believe it's really important to clarify that any legal matter was fully dismissed on May 7th, and throughout this entire time, and this very difficult time, I've remained committed to fulfilling my duties as an elected member of the Board of Education, and I'm going to continue doing my best to serve our community to the best of my ability. My focus hasn't changed, it won't change, and I remain dedicated to the work before us and to the responsibilities the public elected me to carry out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else like to speak during public participation? No? Okay. We will move on to item number 4. Tonight we have a presentation on math resources and supports. Dr. Scarpetti, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Kapp, and the rest of the board. I'm happy tonight. Not only is it nice to celebrate our students, but as you could tell with Mrs. Ginsburg, and I'm going to be acknowledging Mrs. Hine next month, who's retiring. But I'm really proud to have these teachers here. They're our math, science, and specialists. Receiving some feedback from the board in communication, we thought it'd be a good idea for them to come not only at our PTO and A meetings, sharing the resources that we have for our families, not only during the school year, but also during the summer. And just to kind of follow the theme that I shared with Mrs. Ginsburg about being here 29 years, we have Nicole Gilson to my left. She's at Racebrook School. She originally was here at Peck Place. She's been serving the district for 20 years, and she actually, we can even applause, that's good. And for some of you may remember who've been on the board for a while, she actually received the Presidential Award for teaching math and science, but specifically math, and she was the nation's finalist, correct, Nicole? So again, proud to have her. Next to her is Monica Corcoran. Monica's been here 17 years.
Well, you're trying to figure it out.
It's a good thing you're a math specialist here. You had to add those numbers up. And so it was great to, again, to have Monica here. Again, that consistency is so important. And last but not least, Susan Lukianoff has been there 24 years at Peck Place School. We talk about consistency with leadership. We talk about consistency with staff. These specialists, but also our teachers, it's connecting with families, not just once, not just leaving the district. They've committed to Orange. I want to thank you for that and your contributions, not only what you put on your daily, but I know it's long hours at night also, but thank you. And again, thank you for being here. So without further ado, who's going to start off? Mrs. Gilson, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Scarpetti. I didn't realize how loud that was. Good evening, everyone. We are so happy to be here at tonight's Board of Ed meeting. We're excited to share a new math curriculum resource that will support all our students and families in Orange. Susan, Monica, and I collaborated to create a math support website. The website will support our students. They will have access to classroom connections, provide practice, reinforce strategies and skills through videos and digital resources. These videos are really great, and we're going to share some of these with you tonight. For families, it is our goal to provide clarity and accessibility for everyone, to help explain, to simplify the math strategies that we are introducing in the classroom. And again, for parents, these step-by-step videos are really wonderfully well done, and I think it's going to, again, provide a lot of clarity for parents. And also, we created a little section of our website that's going to help parents kind of do some real-world connections. So we're going to focus on that. For example, cooking or sewing or, just things we can do every day, shopping, and also homework support. Oh, did I go too far? So we're going to take a closer look at this website. Mrs. Corcoran is going to go into a little bit deeper of a dive there. And you can see how we can all work together to help our students succeed.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm going to go through the website with you guys so you can see what is involved in it. But I think it's important first to talk about why we created it. It is not uncommon for us to get an email from a parent or a child coming in saying, my mom did not know how to help me with my homework. And so, or dad, often dad. And that's not an uncommon problem. Like, this is nationwide, it's an issue. Math looks very different than what it looked like when we all took math a couple years ago. So we created this website so parents can remain cool to the kids, where they're the idols, where they can do the math. And so we're going to go through it. Hopefully it won't take me too long, but it's very easy to get to. It's 3 simple clicks, so we're going to walk you through it really quickly. The first step is going to our district website, www.oess.org. And we're going to go to the family resources. 3 clicks, that's all it is. And then you'll see here it says math support. The first tab you'll see is our team. Our team, it's us. If you want to go to sleep at night, feel free to read it. There's nothing too exciting, but it does give our history, or kind of our little bio there. The next tab is what are we learning? This is where parents, and you guys can find the Connecticut State Standards. It's all tabs. You can click on these. It'll take you to the links. As well our curriculum by grades. So you can see all the grades are in here. Kindergarten we're doing a little switch with them, so they'll be up shortly. But it'll show the order and what we're teaching in each grade. So that is there. The next tab, and now we're getting to the guts of what this program is about, is the parent support tab. And you'll see this very bright yellow thing jumping out at you. One of the frustrations for teachers is that this is what happens. The kids come in, they say, my mom and dad couldn't help me with my homework. And they'll say, but they showed me a trick. My mom and dad showed me how to do it like they learned. Well, that's great, except it really hurts us as teachers, because the whole goal of Common Core is that we're teaching concepts and conceptual understanding so that kids can decompose and compose numbers together, and they really understand how numbers work, right? Well, if you're teaching them the algorithm, you're just teaching them steps and how to memorize those steps. You take this number, you multiply by this number, you add this number. You're not really understanding what that number is. So we really are encouraging parents not to teach the algorithm before it's taught. And they will learn it. We do teach it, I swear, we teach it. But we teach it when it's appropriate for them to understand it. So that's the first thing that jumps out. I hope people actually read it. Next is the parent support videos. This is where parents can go and actually learn how we're teaching the math in class. So this is really simple too, and it does follow our major resource, Illustrative Math. We use a lot of different resources, but this is the one I say we follow probably the most. And if you go to like grade 3, family support, right? You can see there's up here, we have all kinds of grades in here. We have all different, there's Spanish support, there's all kinds of things. There's written materials in here that kids can practice with. But I'm going to show you a little video just so you understand what I'm talking about. I did try to find the shortest one. They're all about 5 to 6 minutes. This is a shorter one though. So this is unit launch, and we're going to take a second and just watch this. Please bear with us. I found it entertaining.
Hello, I'm Lisa, and welcome to the Family Support video for Grade 3, Unit 2, where your students will learn about area. Area can be quite an abstract idea for young children, but there are visual models that will help students understand what it means and how to find the area of a rectangle and later on, other more complicated shapes. They use unit squares to tile a rectangle. When they can see how many squares it takes to fill the rectangle, it helps them understand what area actually is. Students will begin to think about describing area as the number of unit squares that cover any flat surface without any gaps or overlaps. They then measure the area of rectangles by counting all the unit squares. In this case, there are 20 unit squares. Students then learn that another way of finding the area is to use multiplication. They see that they can multiply the side lengths of the rectangle. 4 times 5 equals 20. There are 20 unit squares in the rectangle. Students can see that they get the same result if they count each unit or if they multiply the lengths of sides. Using this understanding of area, students will find the area of figures that are made up of or composed of more than one rectangle. To do this, students will decompose or break apart the figures into non-overlapping rectangles and then calculate the area of each. They will use the fact that area is calculated by multiplying the side lengths of a rectangle to help figure out the total area of this very different looking figure. So for example, this is 6 units by 4 units, which equals 24 square units. And the other long rectangle is 4 units by 12 units, which equals 48 square units. Students then add the totals to get the overall area of the figure, and they learn that it's 72 square units. In this unit, students will begin to hear some words that may be new to them, and they may be new to you too. Let's start with area. Area is the number of square units that cover a flat figure without gaps or overlaps. So for example, this green figure here has an area of 19 square units. Parentheses. Parentheses are grouping symbols that can be used in expressions or equations, like here, to group 3 groups of 5 together and then 2 groups of 5 together. Square centimeter. A square centimeter is a square with side lengths of 1 centimeter. Square meter. A square with side lengths of 1 meter. It is much bigger than a square centimeter. Square inch. A square inch is a square with side lengths of 1 inch, and it is 6 times bigger than a square centimeter. Square foot. A square foot is a square with side lengths of 1 foot. It is over 100 times bigger than a square inch. There are lots of activities you can do at home to help students deepen their understanding of area. So ask your student to find a rectangular surface in your home, such as a tabletop, a rug, or maybe some other rectangular shaped surface. And using square sheets of paper, see if they can measure the area of it. The size of the squares can be changed depending on what surface is being measured. Finally, encourage your student to find the total area. They can do this either by counting the squares or by multiplying the side lengths.
4 times 8 equals 32.
You could even shake it up a bit and ask your student to find the area of surfaces that are made up of more than one rectangle. The more they explore with finding the area of rectangles and shapes made from rectangles, the more confident they'll become with finding the area of other shapes. Have fun exploring area in your world with your student.
Okay, so as you can see, my favorite part of it is what parents can do at home, but all these videos have those type of, I don't know, connections, you know? So the next part of this is how do you access okay. The programs from home that we use in class. You can click on these. They will take you to ClassLink. The next tab is student practice. These are the programs we actually use in school, and the kids can just click on these, and it'll take them right to the activities that they can do at home for practice. Again, simple, direct, and I mean, I think so, but we're very biased. But it gets to programs that they're using in class that directly relate to what we're doing. Next is my personal favorite, the additional resources. Here's my algorithm note again. And you'll see here it says Making Math Real. Sometimes parents want to, you know, I need more math, I need to practice more. Well, sometimes the best thing of practicing is just living in a world of math, right? So Making Math Real. If you go and do math, there's all kinds of things. In the kitchen, when you're baking, when you're cooking, here's some ideas of how to make math real. In the yard, at sports, in the pool, on a walk. There's all kinds of things. So here's some ideas that you can do at home just to make math fun and still get it through to your kids. If you go to, hold on, here's games and puzzles, the tabs they can do. Here's virtual manipulatives. This is, if I go to like this kindergarten, Mrs. Hadlock likes base 10 blocks, so we're going to show those. If a child is struggling, like sometimes regrouping is really hard, not in kindergarten, second grade it is, you can do it at home without having the base 10 blocks, and they're real easy to maneuver and things like that. So that is a resource in there. Then let's say you are doing, let's say it's time for a reading. It's nightly reading, right? Mom's, I don't know, she's got something to do. Dad's got something to do. No one's there. He or she, your child, can go and listen to a book be read.
Dragon of Pi.
So they're all math books. I personally love this. And there's your nightly reading. Okay? There's all different ones. There's all kinds of different ones. So this is pretty much it. I've gone through it. Sue is going to take it from here with summer learning, but we tried to think about it from the parents' viewpoint and to make it interesting and super easy to understand. Thanks.
Click on that for me. Summer learning.
What are you doing?
Click on the summer learning page.
Oh, hold on.
Thank you. So this part of the website promotes a balanced approach to summer learning by combining meaningful practice, games, hands-on exploration or ideas for hands-on exploration, and real-life math experiences to help students maintain their skills and their confidence throughout the summer. There's something here for everyone, right? So at first, there is the Governor's Math Challenge, which still, just so you know, if you click on that link, reverts to the 2025 because Connecticut State has not issued the 2026 challenge yet. We will update it as soon as they do. Typically, Mrs. Gilson calls the state every year and says, we need it, and they're like, wait, your school's finishing already? We didn't know that. So we're always the one letting them know we need it. So I'm sure she's on that again this year. And that is usually some sort of passport activity where they can engage in fun things at the beach if they go on a trip. It gives the same sort of real-world activity ideas to do. I'm going to jump down to something on the bottom. That is the Greg Tang Summer Challenge. That also, you can click there, get links to all of his game boards. Some of it is pencil paper if you want to print it out. Some of it is just completing his online games. So fun things that kids can do throughout the summer there. If you're looking for more targeted learning over the summer, that's where you can look at the iReady MyPath. So iReady MyPath is a personalized online learning program that adjusts lessons based on each student's diagnostic results when they take the diagnostic in school. And students can continue with their current MyPath lessons over the course of the summer. This is good until August 13th when we have to shut everything down so tech can upload the new classes and get everything ready. You see we have the button for ClassLink there because students have to use their logins to access the MyPath, so they're getting their MyPath learning. If you also want something that's a little more targeted, right next door is Explore Learning, which has reflex and fracs math. Reflex Math is a great way for students to improve their fact fluency. It's game-based. Kids love it. They can choose different games. They try to earn green lights throughout the week with their time on task. That is also accessed through ClassLink, so it goes to their specific account, also working until August 13th. FRAX is the other program through there, which works on conceptual foundations and understandings of fractions. It's game-based. It's a spaceship. Kids love it. They're doing all these fraction activities with supplies in the ship to help lay that foundation for how fractions are created, how they work, and how you can build and work with them. Also accessed through ClassLink. Now, the fun thing, the new thing we have for this year, for also additional targeted math practice, is the Summer Math Workbook. No, back on our page, our webpage, down at the bottom, the Summer Math Workbook. These are structured practice materials designed to help students review and strengthen their skills over the summer. They follow a clear progression of skills so that students can build confidence as they go. These booklets are part of our Tang Math subscription that the district pays for, so we cannot just put it on the website. They must access it through ClassLink so that we're protecting what we pay for and protecting Tang's product as well. But we've uploaded the workbook and the answer key so that parents can have access to the answer key if their students need help or support through any of this. And we've uploaded all the grade levels there, so if you feel you need to work a little behind or a little ahead, there they are available for everyone. And then the last thing we have through our summer math on there is just Tang Math, his regular online games to play and work through on that. So that completes our website portion. We can go back to PowerPoint if needed. We did want to touch base a little bit about our school home connection. Sorry. So clearly this website is something that we hope will help with that school home connection. We know, there we go. This one? Yeah. We know that this is a partnership, right? And we know that we need the home supports to help our students continue to grow in their mathematical learning. And so we're hoping that this website can help provide additional things that parents can do at home, but easing the parent anxiety about, I'm not sure how to help them, I'm not sure how to do this, I'm not sure what you're looking for or how to teach this. We're hoping this is a start. This website has been communicated several times through our school newsletters, through each school. I know classroom teachers have also included it in their newsletters to remember that it's there. But that's an important thing that we continue with our communication. Specifically for math, our classroom teachers send home little unit letters before they start a unit, letting parents know what's coming up. We communicate, as I said, through our school newsletters. We communicate through our math events that we host at our schools, and also through classroom teachers' communications about everything going on within the room, including math. We do want to make sure that we thank Dr. Scarpetti, Dr. Russo, and our entire Board of Education for the continued support we receive. And our roles, which are multifaceted, we support students directly through intervention services and school-wide math events. We also support our teachers through professional learning opportunities and curricular resources. But in addition, we collaborate together with each other to support the district through ongoing research, curriculum work, and updates in mathematics education. And we know how much that work is supported. We're given what we need in order to get that work done, and we are very appreciative of that and grateful for that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate, oh, we can do it. Again, I appreciate your gratitude, and again, the board has supported not only with what you needed, aids that we've supported in each of our schools. Hopefully all of you are making connections, especially since the referendum's coming, and anyone at home, the supports that you're providing in voting. Can't tell you how to vote on the 20th, but appreciate you coming out. But again, thank you for your time. I'm sure some of the board members may have some questions, but I appreciate not only the time that you give during the day, but also in the evening, and even giving up your night tonight to present it to the board. So for families that are interested, and for anyone watching at home, I don't want you to think this is another task to put on you as parents, because I know your lives are daunting as it is. We just want to make sure these resources are available to you in case you would like them. not only during the school year, but also during the summer, because they call that the summer slide. Sometimes that's the term being used, typically when kids are not at school. But also, they're accessible. You know, when we have parent-teacher conferences, they're there that night. Parents could meet with them. Emails, whatever that's needed, please know that they're there to support you, not only the teachers, but our specialists are too. So I leave it up, Mr. Cap, through you to the rest of the board, any questions that they may have for our specialists.
Sure. Amanda, you had your hand up.
Well, just to start, I think this is phenomenal. I'm super excited about this because I have 3 little ones, so I'm very excited about it. I think it's awesome that everything's in one place. I have a couple of questions from a parent perspective. Do we have access to this the whole year? I know you said August 13th, it like resets with the new passwords and things like that, or? As tech has to work on PowerSchool, getting all the new classes uploaded.
Okay.
But once school is back in session, then yes, you do have access again to everything.
And are those
Yes.
passwords only for like the iReady, or do we don't need a password for the Tang as well, or is
Tang
that-
does not need a password.
Okay.
For the Tang games, you do not need a
Okay,
password.
so only certain things are password
Correct.
needed. Okay,
So anything with the button that takes you to class link
okay.
for students, they're going to need and it's their universal login.
Okay, and now I'm super organized, I have all of their passwords, but is it possible before summer is out to maybe send a reminder to some parents with their child's login and password?
We could try.
Okay. I have
try.
one that has it
Yeah.
down pat, the other one's not so much, but, yeah.
I know we always put together, a blast goes out with the summer learning opportunities on it, and maybe we can put something in there that if you're not sure of the student's
Okay.
username and password.
I'm set. I know there's other people out there that might need that, so, you know.
You'd be surprised how well the students know them, but sometimes they tell you they don't know them.
But no, I think this is awesome, so, thank
Our
you.
email's at the bottom of the
Yes.
website, so email us that and we'll,
Okay.
we'll work hard to get that done.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
So as a college math teacher, I would kill for these materials in general for my students, you know. But it's amazing. I'm really impressed with what you guys have done, and it's very valuable for our parents, so I think it's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Erin.
Yes, thank you so much. I may echo everyone's comments. It's also very user-friendly, like it was very easy to navigate, which I appreciate very much as a non-tech person. So 3 clicks, I can pull that off. What is the math event? I'm very intrigued. What does that mean?
Go ahead.
That typically refers to the math days we host in each of our buildings. So when we have math events, yeah, we do those.
So I can't come.
Oftentimes, I know Peck, we always look for
Yeah.
volunteers to come help us
We
on those
always
days.
reach out
so.
for volunteers in the newsletters.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Turkey Hills is coming up, so if you're a Turkey Hill parent, the emails should have gone out, so. please-
Everyone's
please come.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Lauren.
I just want to echo, this is so impressive and such a great resource. I also have 3 kids. One of mine is in kindergarten, and we're going to use this, and he's going to love it. And I hope the parents are, so appreciative and see the hard work that's really gone into this. Have any parents tested it so far?
I know I've had a few at Peck Place, as they've asked questions about things, I've said, hey, can you try this out, see if it
Yeah.
answers your question? Like,
Okay.
I'm not trying to push your question off.
No,
But I
you're
want to
good.
see, but to parents, I said, can you see if you can find it here first? And if you can't find it easily, then circle back to me, then I know we have to fix some things.
Yeah,
So I haven't heard back from them, so I'm assuming they found it. in there,
Not hearing
yeah.
back is probably a good thing, but this is going to be such a great resource for parents, and I wish I had learned math in this way. It would have been a lot easier just a few years ago. So thank you for the time and commitment you put into this resource.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Betty.
Oh, I'll just say thank you again for being here tonight and taking the time to explain this to the families at home. I do think doing your e-blast as a reminder before summer vacation is kind of critical, because I know parents are bombarded with emails from all sorts of different things, and this one is an important one, and I think they will be very grateful to be reminded and to get the link again, or, to be told where exactly to find it so that they can use it during the summer. So thank you for all your hard work. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Ken?
I'm looking forward to going through this. Sadly, the only one I can share it with is my dog, but it's, I'm really interested in this. And I appreciate your efforts in math, the most misunderstood subject there is. Math anxiety exists all over, so anything you can do that would help that. Do we teach base 10 at all? Not the blocks, but I mean the fact that it's a base 10 system, have we gotten past that?
We do, but we don't do enough of, because of timing, in working in other bases so they understand how base 10 functions.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
just because it covers everything.
It does, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Fantastic. I loved it. And don't teach the algorithm. Please preach it, because it really is the number one thing that kind of derails it when you're trying to lay that foundation. I have parents who have younger kids emailing me or messaging me pictures of their child's homework saying, what the heck is this? And so I try to break it down for them, but it is so good for them to be able to go right here and have such a comprehensive resource for them. So thank you so much. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
If I can make a suggestion, I think the email blast should be its own thing, because this time of year especially, scroll down to the bottom of the weekly newsletter, it could get lost. I think this is too important to get looked over. So I just think it should be its own.
I think it usually is, and then we also do, they put the post on the website so that it pops up immediately. Summer learning, here's where it is, here's the website and all the things. They do that at the end of the school year too, so that's the first thing you see when you go to OESS on there.
Okay, anyone else have questions?
I was just going to say one more thing. This should be an app. This would be so good as an app too. Consider app development one day down the line. That's next.
We could retire.
Go ahead.
Just one more quick question. Sorry, is there a way to keep track of the use? See how many people are using it or how often?
Really good question. It didn't even occur to me until you guys asked the question, who is watching it? I'm like, I have no idea. So, it is Google, so I'm sure that there is. We probably got to get together and look.
I'm sure
So,
Google
but right
knows.
now, I have no idea, but I'm sure it's available. We just haven't taken that time.
How many clicks there are.
Yeah.
It could be us clicking 15 times looking at it.
15 times today.
It does track how many hits.
Yeah.
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 Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else have any questions? No? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'll go ahead and move on to our next item, our consent agenda. I'll need a motion to accept our first item under the consent agenda, the minutes from the April 20th, 2026 Board of Education meeting. And just a note, I got your email. That is updated in there, so you're all set. Thank you for that. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes from the April 20th, 2026 Board of Education meeting? Ken, second. Tatiana, any discussion? All in favor? I think it's unanimous. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to Superintendent's report. Dr. Scarpetti.
Thank you, Mr. Cap. As we approach the end of the school year, our students, staff, and parents are currently enjoying and eagerly looking forward to the remaining end-of-year events such as the 5th and 6th grade Olympic Wednesday, that's Wednesday, June 3rd. The rain date is Thursday, the 4th. Field day, class trip, art shows, music concerts, district band and orchestra and promotion ceremonies. The pre-K is Wednesday, June 10th. Kindergarten is Thursday, June 11th. and sixth grade is Friday, June 12th. This is all shared on the school's district website. For those of you that are listening, and if I'm going too fast, it's on the website for you to see. Board members, you've received a document with all those times and dates. Additionally, there's the Racebrook Food Truck Friday at High Plains on May 22nd. That's 4 to 8 p.m. And we look forward for having Racebrook to have that, for anyone to come by. It's a great night for all our community to enjoy. Gives people some time not to cook and go out with their family. Hopefully, it's a nice evening. And just to make the connection of our math specialist is that there's an element of distractions with our kids, right? And we just had Screen-Free Week. I think some of you attended that. It was nice to see people that were from other schools go to other schools to attend Screen-Free Week. And the theme that when I spoke to parents are saying, thank God these kids are off their tablets and phones. And it's tough. I see adults, they can't get off it, they're on it. Same our kids. And again, I just want to connect it with what the specialist just said. This is a resource. I know it's challenging more than ever to be a parent with those distractions, but hopefully you're creating structures at home and our staff are there to support. So again, we have something other than kids going to tablets, connecting to what we're doing with our math resources and supports for our students. So again, making that connection. And this time of year is just one way we see our entire community working together to make our schools a special place on behalf of our children. So thank you, all our teachers, staff, parents, and administration who make this happen behind the scenes. We are incredibly grateful to each and every one of you. We did celebrate our students tonight with CAPS. For those of you that don't know that acronym, it's the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendents. We would also like to acknowledge the students who were selected for the SCASA South Central Area Superintendent Association Superintendent Award. So I'd like to honor those students. We have, from Peck Place, we had Leah Ganem and Ryan Michael. From Racebrook School, we honored Alice Gagnon and Jace Palumbo. And at Turkey Hill, we was represented by Tenzin Deshin and Stephen Rosati. So congratulations to those students also. I connected the budget a little bit just a moment ago too. So regarding our budget, since our last meeting, several meetings pertaining to the budget have taken place, including the Orangetown budget hearing, the Orange annual town meeting, and the upcoming Orangetown referendum. Again, that's on May, this Wednesday, May 20th, from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. at High Plains. We appreciate the board members who were able to attend these meetings and extend our gratitude to all the Board of Finance members for their time on the budget, and thank you in advance for all residents who are going to make their time to come out and vote on Wednesday. To switch gears to personnel, the negotiations committee, we would like to update the board on 2 negotiations that will be occurring. One is the cafeteria workers, and then we just received notice that we have to start negotiating with the administrative group, and we'll update you as that goes along. And lastly, I want to thank all the subcommittee members who met with their respective committees. We appreciate the committee members for the time and effort at those meetings. I did send something in the board update. We went over the long-range plans and strategic plans of each committee. This doesn't mean just because you're on one subcommittee that those are the only board members that have a say. I shared it with all of you, so if you have anything that you'd like to share, even though if you're not on that subcommittee, please reach out to myself and those chairs at the same time. I know Mrs. Hadlock asked this question, so before she does, we have 136 kindergarten students enrolled for next year. 18 out of the 136 were waivers, so that hasn't changed since our last board meeting. You never know what happens until the beginning of the school year. As I mentioned, again, the Memorial Day Parade is this Sunday, May 24th. It begins at 10:30 at High Plains. And for those of you that don't know yet, the last day of school is Friday, June 12th, and it's an early release day. And that ends my report, Mr. Cap.
Okay, thank you for that. Any questions? Erin?
I'm new to the board, as everyone knows. When you mention the negotiations subcommittee, can you explain about that? What does that mean?
Sure. So, again, and I think there's going to be another time for roles and responsibilities, but that's something that was shared at that time. So we negotiate with all our bargaining units. And we have 2 members that Mr. Cap has assigned, Mrs. Hadlock and Dr. Messina Mullen, with regarding negotiations. And so that is cyclical. So depending on the length of the contract, Dr. Wilson, we have to negotiate with that bargaining unit. So one is cafeteria workers, the other one is administrative, but we have others. We have school custodians, we have teachers. So as soon as we know about it, I include it in the board update. We send an update through either the negotiation committee or here briefly. But this is where, and I'm glad you asked, Dr. Wilson, because this is where the board supports the negotiations committee. One of the questions that came up that I asked Mr. Sador to share at the roles and responsibilities is specifically board members, new board members such as yourself and Mrs. Gray. It's almost like it's a question that's a legitimate question. So the negotiation committee negotiates, right, with the bargaining unit. Then all of a sudden, we go into executive session, and there's an agreement, something called a TA, a tentative agreement that's made. And then typically, not new board members, right? Not to pick on the new board members. So if I'm a new board member, someone raised their hand saying, hey, I wasn't a part of this, how could I vote? And this is where the trust has to go with the negotiation committee, guidance from the board's attorney of comparing DERGs, where we are with that specific piece. So yes, so the negotiations committee is Mrs. Hadlock and Dr. Messina Mullen. Those will start. Part of the rules of it, we can't share what's going on in negotiations until that settlement happened, that tentative agreement. But we go into executive session, and that's discussed. Sometimes Attorney Sador is here, sometimes he's not, to go over the summary of it, and those are the questions that are asked. And then the board votes on it after we leave executive session with regarding that. So we have some time, but those two bargaining units are beginning.
Thank you.
Sure.
Betty?
And I would just say I'm happy to talk to anyone about what that entails, because it entails many, many lengthy hours of negotiation over many, many days. But I'm happy to explain that further to you at some time if you'd like to talk further.
Absolutely, thank you.
And sometimes very late nights into the morning. Oh, yeah. Anyone else? Lauren?
I just have a couple of shout outs really quick. Screen Free Week was so great, so thank you to everyone who organized that. My kids had a blast at each of the events, and I know Field Day was today. MLT also, had a blast with all of the activities that are going on. I know there's a lot of activities this time of year, but they're all so well organized. And I was talking to some friends from other towns, and they haven't even started Field Day or field trips or anything like that, or they don't even have a kindergarten, stepping up or graduation. So really proud of what our schools are doing. And also Teacher Appreciation Weeks went really well at all of the schools. And so thank you to all of the volunteers and the PTO who put that together. And thank you to all the teachers and staff for everything you're doing. So we were very proud to share our appreciation for you that week too.
Mrs. Gray, thank you for pointing that out, because I can't say what you just said enough of thank you to these parents, because typically it's the same parents that do that repeatedly at each school over and over again, and they do it for the love not only of their children but the entire children of that school. And they, as you said, they did a great job, and it's keep on going for the end of the year. So thank you for noting that.
All right, any other questions? Then we'll move on to Mr. Gray.
Good evening, everyone. I'll begin with the finance portion of my report. I'll start with a quick grant update. We have several that I'll update you on. The ARPA Summer Mental Health Supports. This is our grant that supports the delivery of mental health services during summer programming. This is a $35,000 allocation, and to date, we've spent about $6,600 of that, so we have $28,000 remaining in that grant. The next is our Summer Mental Health Specialist, School Mental Health Specialist, sorry. This is our second social worker. If you remember, the first 2 years were 100% funded by the grant, 70% funded this year in the grant, 30% in the operating budget. Next year, it's in our operating budget, 100%. And it's a salary-based grant, so there's $10,000 remaining in that grant. The Consolidated Title III grant, which is a language instruction program assistance grant, that is an $18,000 allocation, and to date, we've spent about 2/3 of that, $12,000 or so. And we have just under $6,000 remaining in that grant to be spent by June 30th. Primary mental health grant, This is for K-3 early detection and intervention programs. This is a $17,473 grant, and we spent, again, about two-thirds of that. There's just under $6,000 remaining there. And Special Education Expansion and Development, or SEED grant, it's called. This is a $2,360 grant that has been spent for the year. I'd like to make you aware that earlier this year, we applied to a program, Connecticut Fresh Ed Buy Local program. The Connecticut State Department of Education recently informed us that our application has been approved. So what this means is it confirms, obviously, our participation as a school nutrition sponsor under National School Lunch Program in the Buy Local program. As participating sponsor, we're now able to request reimbursement with our predetermined amount of $3,858 for eligible purchases of unprocessed or minimally processed foods sourced locally and regionally in accordance with requirements of the program. You may have heard in the news also, on May 3rd, Governor Ned Lamont approved the 2027 budget adjustment increasing support for school districts and municipalities. The supplemental education aid is primarily intended to offset inflation, manage rising education costs, and address budget deficits. Per the town-by-town breakdown, the Orange Board of Education will receive $40,620 in supplemental educational funding. Because we're part of a regional school district and Amity did not get an allocation, we will split that with Amity. We're still working out how much they're going to get. It's pretty much the same formula they use for tuition to the BOA district based on enrollment. So we're probably going to end up seeing 22,000 stay with us of that 40. And finally, financial report, the District Improvement and Repair Project Program, this was in the board update as well. Pursuant to Public Act 25-173, Section 131, the District Repair and Improvement Project, or DRIP funds, as they're referred to, provide direct grants to public school operators. Direct grants are grants that are given to a district. You don't have to apply, and it's not a competitive grant. And they're given to public school operators, or PSOs, for the fiscal year ending June 30th. So the program is starting this year in the spring, but it's really for the 25-26 school year. We don't have to spend it by June 30th. It can carry over to the next year. These grants are for repairs and improvements of public school buildings, the grounds, and infrastructure. Grants are processed through an annual certification process, and funds will be dispersed by June 30th, which I'm happy to say they've already reached the town, so they have our funds, and we'll be sending them over to the board side shortly. An annual expense report from the PSO is due by September 1st of each year. Again, the timeline's a little mixed up this year because they started the program a little later. But what usually will happen moving forward, because this is a program they're saying will continue, February 1st, the money will get put out. March 1st will be a letter to districts for certification stating our estimated amount of allocation, because it may change from year to year. It's based on a formula. And then June 1st should be the disbursement of funds for us. And just so you know, our amount that we're getting this year is $73,320. And that concludes the finance portion of my report.
All right, thank you for that part. Any questions, Ken?
The windfall that we're getting from the state, that we're sharing with Amity, do Bethany and Woodbridge do the same thing?
Yep, so we all do the same thing. We get our allocation, and then we send some of it to Amity.
Thank you.
Mr. Ziman, currently, we're having conversations with Mr. Cifarelli, the Director of Finance. So again, we're projecting that number that Mr. Gray shared that will be going to Amity. We just have to finalize that, and once we do, then we'll be able to proceed.
Okay. Aaron?
What does PSO stand for?
Oops, sorry. That is the public school operators. So we're a public school operator, Board of Ed.
Thank you.
Lauren?
The other really good news in the news was that Governor Lamont and the legislature approved free universal school breakfast. And in addition to that, I know we've talked a lot about lunch fees and reduced lunch fees. Anyone who previously qualified for reduced price lunches, that actually goes back to free lunch now too. So that's really good news for our students across the entire state and here in Orange.
Correct.
Any other questions on that part? No?
All right. Facilities portion's very short. School security, in ongoing collaboration with the Orange Police Department, specifically Detective Bailey and Artabane, we are continuing to have our discussions regarding school safety and security at our buildings. We are currently in the process of conducting our final lockdown drills for the year and our final crisis team meetings for the school year. Our crisis team meetings happen 3 times a year. Lockdown drills are usually 2 times a year. There's a new statute change. They will be 3 times in the future. So we'll have 3 crisis team meetings and 3 lockdown drills. Our crisis team meetings are made up of school staff, the custodians, our SSO in each building, members of the Orange Police Department, the Fire Marshal's Department, and the building principal. And the purpose of the meetings is really to review our safety and security protocols in our buildings and make sure that we're adhering to everything that we're supposed to according to the state. And that concludes my...
Thank you. Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you again for that.
Thank you.
We'll move over to Dr. Russo.
Good evening. I'll start my report with professional learning updates. The first is that the leadership team engaged in our final plenary and affinity group sessions with the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendents Master Class, Cohort 5. And this Thursday, we will present our final presentation. Up until now, we have shared all our presentations in our board updates. And in the next board update, we will share that final presentation. So that participation now comes to an end, and we are very grateful to CAPS for all the resources that they did provide. Professional learning in concept imagery is also wrapping up, and we are excited to share that in addition to the math supports, we will also have supports for parents that describe concept imagery and how that can be supported at home. And basically that is how to picture or image with that cognitive or thinking, sensory, sight, language, what you're reading. So we're excited about that. Those videos will be shared in the school newsletters for parents to access. We did share with our members of the curriculum subcommittee meeting our next draft for next year's professional learning, the professional learning calendar. Based on the feedback of our teachers, we've identified all of the math sessions for next year, and the other sessions will focus on vocabulary. So we're just trying to wrap that up and hopefully be able to share that calendar with our teachers before they leave at the end of the school year, so they also know what to expect and what's coming for the learning. As far as assessment updates go, our students in grades 3 through 6 are currently taking the Smarter Balance assessments. Please be reminded that that is only one summative data point, and that we triangulate data and we try to understand students' strengths, weaknesses, and what they need to learn in order to move ahead and meet expectations with a variety of data. And our K through 3 students also engage in the end-of-year DIBELS, or dynamic indicators of basic early literacy skills. All those dates are also included at the end of the professional learning calendar. We are excited this summer to revise our Orange Strategic School Improvement Plan. We shared the highlights with the members of the curriculum subcommittee meeting. And finally, we are excited to share that once again this summer, students have the opportunity to attend or participate in Camp Invention for 2 weeks. That would be the 2 weeks right after school gets out.
Yes, the 15th.
which is June 15th to the 26th from 8 to 12. And any families that need additional help, the 21st Century will be available till 4:30 at the end of each of those days. And that concludes my report, Mr. Cap.
Thank you so much for that. Tatiana?
Hi, Dr. Russo. My question is a compound question. How much longer is is it SBA or SBA testing? How much longer is that going to take place? And will parents get results of those tests at all? And if so, is that before the end of the school year?
Those results are not made public until the beginning of the next school year.
Okay.
Okay, but you will receive a report.
Gotcha. And for the school year, how much longer is the testing taking place?
So it's not timed.
I see.
So it depends.
Yes.
We want to make sure that students have as much time as they need to complete those assessments. So we do have a window that the state provides, but we get out before that window closes. But actually, I have to check on that. I can't remember now when that window is, but we will finish before the school
Okay.
gets out.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Betty?
You talked about the concept imagery videos, I think you said. Will they be under the family resources on the website that we saw earlier? Is that where they'll be, or?
Those are going with links in the school newsletters, but I'm sure we can put them up on the website too.
Well, it seems like if you have family resources for math, it would make sense to have family resources for ELA as well, and maybe link it somehow.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we could definitely do that, Mrs. Haddock. We'd like to send that link. I like the suggestion Mrs. Opaka made also. We typically do that, even though we have those pop-ups that happen on the website, but another way for parents to get access, we could do that too.
You can never do it enough times.
Exactly.
Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you for the report. We'll move over to Mrs. Ito then.
Good evening, everyone. Just as a reminder, we completed our 7th year of the primary project activities. This project is a competitive grant, as Mr. Gray just reported on, and it does require reapplication every 2 years. These funds provide a play-based opportunity for children to connect personally with another caring adult. To celebrate this initiative, we will be hosting another Family Fun Wellness event on Wednesday, May 27th, where all K through 3 families were invited to sign up with a focus on the families of children who do attend Primary Project. The event includes a catered dinner and several activities that are geared to promote the emotional wellness of our students and their families. We are continuing to prepare for our extended school year program, or otherwise known as ESY, for children with individual education plans who qualify for this service. The program runs from July 6th through August 6th, Monday through Thursday, from 8:30 to 11:30, and specific information will be communicated directly to the families of children who are eligible for those services. And that concludes my report.
Oh, thank you for that. Any questions? Aaron?
And just, I'm sorry.
Do you want to go ahead? Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, just real, I'm looking on the site, whoever asked, typically the SBA Smarter Balance Assessment ends May 21st. I'm looking at each school because some of them have a little variance. That's when it typically ends, but then there could be makeup days for students but I'm looking on the site as a,
Yes, thank you.
sure. Sorry, Dr. Wilson.
No, it's okay. It wasn't a question, it's more of a comment. My family has been beneficiaries of that primary project, and I look forward to the event that's coming up. We are registered, and we've been going for the last 3-4 years. So it's always a lovely evening, and it's very beneficial for those families that participate or maybe futuristically participate. I hope we stay engaged and continue that really wonderful resource. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Any other questions? None. Okay. Thank you again for those reports. Okay, we'll move on to board business. Afterwards, I will be looking for a motion to enter into executive session to discuss 2 agenda items after the standing committees and ACES report. Discussion 1 and possible action regarding performance and evaluation of an elected member of the Board of Education. And number 2, discussion and possible action regarding pending claims in litigation in the matter of complaint from the Office of Civil Rights, case number 01.26.1223. So we'll move on to item number 3, policy second read, Orange Board of Ed policy 9010, limits of authority. Do I have a motion to accept the policy 9010, limits of authority? Susan, second. Anthony, discussion. All in favor? Unanimous. Okay. Item 4, policy second read, Orange Board of Ed policy 9121, election of officers. Do I have a motion to accept the Orange Board of Ed policy 9121, election of officers? Amanda, second. Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Okay, thank you for that. The following are second reads. First reads, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It is late, it is getting late. The first one is going to be Orange Board of Ed policy 0200, district goals. The next one is Orange Board of Ed policy 5112, ages of attendance, admission, placement. Next one, Orange Board of Ed policy 5112.1, kindergarten enrollment and early entry waiver. Next is Orange Board of Ed policy 5114, suspension, expulsion. And last, Orange Board of Ed policy 6114.1, fire emergency crisis drills. So you guys did a lot of work at your last meeting.
We did.
Okay. Moving on to standing committees, finance operations. Susan.
Hi, the Finance Subcommittee met prior to this meeting. We reviewed the financials, all are in order. Did the cafeteria update with great participation from parents or students in the cafeteria. The audit update, which is finished, and if anybody's interested, can see Mr. Gray. We discussed the grants update, and that's about it.
Okay. Any questions from anyone? Moving on to personnel, policy, and transportation. Betty.
Yes, we did have a lengthy meeting, and I know there are 5 different first read policies. One of them is pertaining to the kindergarten waiver that is ending, and we are required to have a policy regarding that. I know the suspension and expulsion policy is particularly long, many, many pages to devour. It's one I want to thank our principals for reviewing this with a fine-tooth comb before our policy committee took a long look at it as well. We've worked on that for a few months, and it's a follow-up, it's a mandated policy that follows up on the school climate policy that replaced the former policy regarding bullying. So we will be hoping to get that one all done when we meet in June. And I just want to say, if you have any questions as you're reading, please feel free to reach out to me or Dr. Scarpetti, and hopefully we can answer those questions.
All right, thank you for that. Any questions? Okay, we'll move on to buildings and grounds. Anthony.
Thanks. The Buildings and Grounds Subcommittee met on Wednesday, May 6th. At that time, Mr. Gray shared that the maintenance and custodial staff are busy with year-end activities and are currently ordering the supplies for the summer cleaning of all the schools. As he mentioned earlier, Mr. Gray also discussed the scheduling of the final school-based crisis team meetings and lockdown drills for the year. Finally, Dr. Scarpetti reviewed the long-range preventive maintenance plan. There were no recommendations or revisions from the committee members, and if there's any suggested revisions prior to the board meeting in June, please contact Dr. Scarpetti and me. That's it.
Any questions? Okay, thank you for that. Moving on to curriculum, instruction, technology. Ken?
At curriculum committee meetings, I often feel I'm running to keep up with Dr. Russo, a source of wisdom and educational knowledge. So I was especially pleased when she quoted someone I actually know. That someone was Dr. Scarpetti. And the quote was, "Create the foundation and build on it." This is one of the principles at the core of our professional learning program. Whether to increase our teachers' knowledge and techniques or the knowledge and abilities of our students, this principle applies. This was by way of introducing our professional learning calendar for next year. For those of you following at home, if anybody's left, following at home, that's 26 to 27. To be sure, this is not all of the learning being scheduled, but showcases the highlights for next year and establishes the framework upon which the year will be built. I have to say that as educators, both Mrs. Hadlock and I are aware that this is the extreme exception and is just another reason this school system once again distinguishes itself from all the others. That's it.
Thank you, Ken. Any questions? No? Okay, we'll move over to ACES report. Susan?
So ACES, Area Cooperative Educational Services, met on May 14th, this past Thursday. It was also a long meeting. We voted on 11 budgets. That took a while. We also got an honorable mention from CABE. It's a 2025 Bonnie B. Carney Award of Excellence for Educational Communications Programs for Social Media, and it was ACES Social Media sharing our stories. So we got a certificate on that. That was a big deal. In addition, I wanted to give you a quick update on the 3 big projects that ACES is working on. One of them is the Chase update. So ACES at Chase Collegiate. We are starting a complete overhaul because a lot of our buildings are not ADA compliant because it's an existing building, and we are increasing it. It's a high school program, 7 through 12 program, and we are adding a grade every year, and so we need to have the appropriate facilities and access for everyone. So that is starting. We have met with our builders and our project managers as well. And so we expect start date of June of 2026, which is a really large project. Our Wintergreen project is just about completed. We have tiny little things that need to be fixed, certain minor things that are always at the end of a building project. And then the big one that I wanted to talk for just a second about is our 88 Bassett Road in North Haven, which used to be the old Gateway facility, which will now be one of our big special ed schools. And it is amazing. We're doing the ribbon cutting on June 4th, which will be our next ACES building, our next ACES board meeting as well. We have the ribbon cutting, and we're excited about that because we want it ready for the summer school programs. So that's a big deal. In addition, I wanted to give you a quick update on some things. I know I talk a lot of times about ACES, and people are like, what is that? What is that? What is ACES? Well, some of the things I'm just going to quickly go over right now are some of the schools that we have, that we're using, that we're doing. We have ACES at Ansonia, which also has our first puppy. So we have a dog who's a lab and who's wonderful and seems to really help the kids that are there. And then we have a second one, and for the life of me, I can't remember which building it's in.
The
But
second puppy?
the second puppy, there's 2 puppies, yeah, there's 2 dogs. One is Heidi, and I forget what the other one's name is. That one's a little bit younger. And that actually, we were able to send our dog and their handler to one of the schools in Avon where a student had passed away at a very young age. And somebody reached out to ACES and said, hey, can you bring your dog and the handler up? And so many students and so many families reached out to ACES to thank them for that, which was wonderful. But the dogs are truly at 2 of our special ed schools. We have Aces at Chase, which is a typical school. It's a magnet school. Wintergreen is a magnet school. We also have a Center for Autism Spectrum and Developmental Disorders. And we have our Educational Center for the Arts, ECA, which is also a typical school for talented students. We have Mill Road, which is a special ed school. We have Bridges, Brightwell, and Regions, which are specialty schools. Some of them are within the juvenile justice program. Village School is one of our special ed schools. Whitney Academy and Whitney High North are both for special needs students. Wintergreen, I mentioned, is a magnet school. We did have a celebration of our ACES Teachers of the Year, both established teachers and new teachers. It was called the EDRA recipients, which is the Executive Director's Recognition Award. And there were 4 that were recommended recipients from different schools and 2 that were Rookies of the Year. And those are the highlights. And there's more, but we'll get to that in another month.
Oh, wow. Any questions? Betty?
Yeah.
I just have one question on the new Bassett Road where you're doing the ribbon cutting.
Yep.
What grades is that servicing?
It's predominantly elementary school in that building.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much pre-K to 6, 7, depending on the students.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. All right, we'll move into our next item. I'm going to look for a motion for the following 2 motions, just one. Motion 1 is the Orange Board of Education hereby moves into executive session to discuss pending claims against the Board of Education matter of the United States Office of Civil Rights and the Orange Board of Education, OCR, case number 01-26-1230. The board further invites into executive session Attorney Steve Sador, legal counsel for the board, and number 2, Dr. Vince Scarpetti, superintendent of schools. And the next item in this motion is for item number 2, the Orange Board of Education hereby moves into executive session for the purpose of discussing the performance or evaluation of an elected Board of Ed member pursuant to the Connecticut General Statutes Section 1-206A. Board further invites Attorney Steve Sador into executive session for that portion. So do I have a motion for those?
Make a motion.
Susan, second. Ken, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Wait, you
Oh,
have
I'm
a
sorry.
question.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure, the motion was for case number 1026-1230? Is that,
Under motion 1, it's OCR case number 01-26-1230.
one, okay.
Okay, that was not on our
That's
paper,
not,
that's
yeah,
okay.
that's okay. No, just making sure.
It says 1, 2, 2, 3.
No,
Just
that's the
making-
next one. The next one is 223, I think.
Just double checking.
0126.1223. Thank you.
That's just 2 different case numbers.
Just checking.
Probably the same case. And it was probably a typo that I have on my side.
Okay.
My fault, no problem.
But same topic?
But yes.
Same topic?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, definitely. Any other discussion? Thank you for that catch.
No, you're good.
All in favor? Okay, we are going, that's unanimous. We're going into executive session at 9:08 PM. Okay, we are out of executive session at 10:15 PM. Coming out of executive session, this is now in response to last month's executive session item number 2, which was asked for a member of the board to resign. In response to that member not resigning, there's a motion that Betty is going to read.
Put your mic.
The following statement I am going to read now and ask for a motion. As a Board of Education, it is our responsibility as members to behave as positive role models and to refrain from conduct that negatively impacts the board. We are pleased that all charges have been dismissed against our board member, and all members look forward to working together collaboratively as this board moves forward.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion for that. First, Ken. Second, Ronette. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, that's unanimous. Do you want to make a note of that? That it was unanimous vote?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to the last item, which is adjournment of the meeting. I'm looking for a motion. Susan? Aaron, second. I'm hoping there's no discussion?
No.
Okay. All in favor to adjourn tonight's meeting? That's unanimous. We are adjourned at 10:18.